So is America overworked? California proposing a 4-day work week, while plans to get Americans back to the office are driving some workers to jump ship and look for new jobs. I don't know if it was in the cards, but I mean, she is right about gas being so high. Joining me right now is Fox News contributor Joe Concha. Joe, are they being lazy, or will this make workers more productive?
Well, Lawrence, I don't mind a 4-day work week if that means working 10 hours a day as opposed to 8. As long as the production is there, then it's not really a problem. Now, if you're Lawrence Jones or Joe Concha, however, there really are no weekends. There really isn't much sleep. So overall, I think that, my dad, for instance, he was a junior accountant at a printing company right near Giant Stadium in New Jersey. And he worked his butt off to become the CFO of the company eventually by working 6 days a week. So I get the 4-day work week in terms of if you could package that into a 10 or 12-hour workday, then it makes sense. But I don't like the overall premise, which is that we should be off for 3 days and therefore, do other things. There is work-life balance, but I'm not sure I agree with doing this in the sense of that.
So you got the Republican response right now. Let's bring a progressive in. Leslie Marshall is a Fox News contributor. Leslie, where do you stand on this?
Okay, guys, going to the party without me here. No, I'm just joking. Sorry, late to the party. What I make about this is when I look at it, I'm a business owner, I'm a mom, I'm an employee, and I'm an employer. And when I look at it, there are more pros than cons, and this is why. One, Joe mentioned it, work-life balance. And sorry, Joe, but I know most of the ladies out there are the ones that are, schlepping to the school because they have so many activities before the workday ends. Also, doctor's appointments. A lot of I don't know about you. I don't like spending my entire Saturday and Sunday at like Target, Walmart, or the supermarket, running all the errands. And I think it makes perfect sense so that, you have a day to get errands done. The other thing is, Joe, since you told a quick story, I'm going to tell a quick story. When I was in college, I came from a family didn't have much money. I worked 5 jobs in college, and I'm actually happy I did that. But I had a couple of work-study jobs, and one was for my favorite professor. And I remember I wanted to please him and impress him so much. So I went in on Monday, and there was this inbox, and I did all the work, and I was all excited. And I said, "What time do you want me to come tomorrow?" And he goes, "Tomorrow? That was the work for the week." I said, No. I need the money for Monday through Friday for my tuition and for my books. He goes, "I'll pay you for the week. You did the work." You don't need to be at your desk 9 to 5 Monday through Friday to be putting out and to be producing. A happy employee and a happier employee is going to be a more productive employee. And you're not going to be paying overtime if you don't have people working 40 plus hours.
Leslie, I'm going to say this because
it's beneficial all around.
Listen, it's no surprise out. You're a hard worker. It doesn't surprise me that you work 5 jobs. But the problem, Joe, is a lot of these young people, they don't want to work at all.
Yeah, it seems that way when you hear about job interviews of millennials right now, as when they go into the workforce, then suddenly they're surprised that they actually have to, work 40 hours a week, 50 hours a week, put in the time. It seems to be a different mindset, Lawrence, than it was even 10, 20, 30 years ago. But now, fortunately, you do have the work from home option that's coming about more and more. And some old school employees, or at least the people that employ them, would say, well, if you're at home, you're watching Captain Kangaroo, you're in your pajamas, and therefore you're slacking off. I think the work from home option is a great thing because you can be more productive. You're not at the water cooler talking with people. The commute, at least in New York, you lose at least, 15, 20 hours commuting in as opposed to in out, for that matter. And for that matter, you tend to be more productive from working from home. But overall, I think that the workforce 20, 30 years ago, even 10 years ago, was much more inclined to work than the ones coming out of college where they're not really, programmed to be that way, Lawrence.
Okay, they're telling me I got a little bit more time. So what is your response to that, Leslie?
I would say, Joe, thank you for outlining a couple more pros. Working from home saves people on gas. It saves people money. If you have less people in the office, you can rent or own a smaller space. That saves the company money, especially if you're paying anybody for some of that gas that we're seeing the prices of at the pump, and that you mentioned too and alluded to earlier, Lawrence. Again, I just think that all around it is better, and it's quality, not quantity. Look, many of us know that if you sit at a desk, if you're in an office 9 to 5, you're not necessarily working.
Listen,
from
I
9
don't sit at a desk for a living.
Slimming workers.
I agree with you, Leslie. I mean, if I had to sit at a desk, I would be going crazy. I need to be out there interacting with people. That's why I only stayed home during the pandemic for about a month and a half, because I just could not take it. I had to go back out there. But my fear is, it's not just productivity. It's that we're not training the next generation, that you got to put a little bit more skin in the game, and they feel like it's going to just be handed to them. I have hope that things will change, and I appreciate you guys for rolling with all the changes tonight. Leslie, Joe, thanks for being on the show tonight.